This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, Manoira Hamokum Hazeh, we're at the Makom Nuchasai of the Baal Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, Rabbi Shlomo Ganzfried, who, by the way, wrote many Sarim. He wrote the Pnei Shlomo on Masechta Bava Basra, and I will tell you off the bat, he wrote one of the all-time most important halachic Svarim besides the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. This is a sefer that the Chassam Sofer gave a haskama for. Chassam Sofer writes about the Keses HaSofer. Keses HaSofer is Rabbi Shlomo Ganzfried's sefer on Safros. It says Chassam Sofer, I was ma'ayin into the sefer from beginning to end. Kulach Yafer Rayasi. It's Mechavin Lalach Al Derech Emes, and I say that he should carry out his plan, and from now on, anyone who wants to be a Sofer, I will not allow them to have a reshus to be a sefer unless they're a baki in the entire sefer of Keses HaSofer of Rabbi Shlomo Ganzfried. He wrote the authoritative sefer on Safras. He was born in 1804. Rabbi Yossi, like we mentioned before, he also became a Yasaim at age 8 years old. Hafla fella at age 20, the Chassam Sofer says, Harabani, Hamuflag, Hamufla. Chassam Sofer already showered accolades on him at age 20. He became a Yasam at age 8. His training, his chinuch, was in the charge of Reb Tzvi Hersh Heller. Who's Reb Tzvi Hersh Heller? The author of Tiv Gittin. You ever hear the sefer? Tiv Gittin on Dalet Chalkei Shulchan Aruch and on Masechta Chulin. He was a chavrusa of Tzvi Hersh Lisker. Here's a picture of Rabbi Shlomo Ganzfried. There's a picture of Shlomo Ganzfried. And he got married and he became a merchant. He sold yayin, he sold wine. But he then looked into a sefer called Bnei Yoina on Dinei Safrus, and he felt that was a defining moment in his life. He was very taken by Hilchos Safrus, and he realized Rebbeinu Shalom was beckoning him to leave commerce, and actually, he lost all his money, which also is another reason why he left commerce, and he became a paisek. Interestingly, his Rebbe, really, Reb Tzvi Hersh Charif, encouraged him to go into psak. So first he was a Rav in Brazovitz. Then he became a Rav in Ungvar. In the Hakdama to the Sefer Shem Salma, his children say that he became like a money changer. Letter after letter after letter came in. He was constantly being meishav kahalacha, and unfortunately, chaval al hamoin shuvos, we don't have any of his chuvos. Now his hanhagos, he barely spoke divrei chulin. He did not say dvarim b'telim, did not speak divrei chulin. And interestingly, in 1864, he published his magnum opus, the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, which was revolutionary at the time. Until then, you want to know halacha, you have to know the length and breadth of the Shulchan Aruch. By the way, just as an aside, the Beis Yosef wrote the Shulchan Aruch as a Kitzur. He wrote Beis Yosef on the Torah, on the Torah. But he said that for those who don't have so much time, they should learn Shulchan Aruch, and you finish it every 30 days. And there was a calendar. He made a calendar. Okay, but the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch shortened it, and he put an ad in the newspaper, in the Hamagid newspaper, and I'm going to read to you his advertisement. Shechiyanu v'kimanu v'higyanu lazman hazeh. I finally finished Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, which is a collection of the Dal Chalkei Shulchan Aruch, and what's needed by every Jew to know, written in an easy and clear language for people in business. They don't have time to ma'ayin in the Shulchan Aruch, and also to train children so that they get accustomed to observing halacha. And the price is 80 tzadi lamed, okay, 80 whatever. And if you want to buy wholesale, here's the deal, the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch writes. If you want to buy it wholesale, for every 10 books you get one free. You buy 100 books, you get 15 free. That's the original advertisement of the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Interestingly, in the Jewish Encyclopedia, in the edition of 2009, up to 2009, 500,000 copies of Kitzur Shulchan Aruch had been sold until that point. Tomorrow night, in the year Taf Reish Mem Vav, so we're talking 1886. How many years ago is that? 135 years ago. Exactly 135 years ago from tomorrow night, he became very ill. He was nafal b'mita, and the weaker he became, the more kedusha you saw on him. He davened with clarity. He made kiddush. He called his children. He said Shema, and the Kehillah said as follows: Ashrecha Rabbeinu Shlomo, Gufach Tahar, and his Yatza Nishmascha B'Kedusha V'Tahara. He wrote the following svarim: Keses HaSofer, a parish on davening. If you ever learned Bava Basra, the Pnei Shlomo on Bava Basra, Torah's Hazevach and Hilchos Shchita, Lechem V'Simla and Hilchos Nida and Mikvais, and Oyalei Shem on Shemois Begitin, Shem Salma on Sugyois, and Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. I want to tell you one vart from the Sefer Aperion. Unbelievable. Chazal say, Mesechta Yivamis, Atem Adam Yivamis. Where? Samach Aleph. Next, tomorrow's blot, where you're starting. It's on video now. Does it Hashem's help?
Sorry, don't say my name.
I didn't say it. The Gemara says, Atem Nikram Adam ve'in umos Olam Nikram Adam. You are called Adam. Goyim are not called Adam. What's the pshat? In the context of Tzaras, it says, Adam kiyeh ba'ar b'sarai says. Context of Tzaras says Adam. Why Adam? Also, yes, we're not allowed to speak Lashon Hara. The Goyim are allowed to speak Lashon Hara. There's not one Hashem mitzvahs v'neinach. So he says like this. There's a concept that Klal Yisrael is chaticha achas. We're one entity. There are many ways to say people. Ish, but has plural. Anoshim. There's only one description of man that has no plural. Adam is one person, Adam is many people. Klal Yisrael are called Adam because no matter how many we are, we're always one entity. That's why Lashon Hara is very harmful for us. Because since we're one entity, Lashon Hara fragments us. Mashiach in the nations of the world, they're already fragmented. Every person is an island unto themselves. So Lashon Hara is not harmful to their identity. But because we are Adam, we're one entity, so to speak Lashon Hara in another yid, it breaks us up. That's why in the context of Lashon Hara it says, Adam kiyeh ba'ar b'sarai se'ez sapachas u'baheres. That's the Sefer the Kitzur on Chumash called Aperion. Zechusay Yagen Aleinu v'al Kol Yisrael. Amen.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.